There are men who don't demand attention, yet the world shifts when they enter the room. Not because they're loud, not because they chase praise, but because they carry something most never develop: inner command. And that command is not a gift. It's earned in stillness, in hardship, in brutal honesty with oneself. 1. Ruthless mastery over emotion. The average man is a slave to his feelings. He reacts, complains, rages, but the Stoic does not flinch. He observes, he absorbs, and when necessary, he acts. Marcus Aurelius reminded us, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. To remain calm when provoked, to withhold anger when insulted, to pause when every instinct begs for action. That's not weakness, that's power. The man who doesn't need to win every argument, who walks away without a word, who controls his fire instead of feeding either, is untouchable, because people fear what they cannot predict. And nothing is more unpredictable than a man who governs himself. 2. Indifference to applause or rejection. Most men live for validation. They change their mind for approval. They fear being disliked. But a Stoic? He does not beg for acceptance. He stands firm quietly, unapologetically. He walks alone if needed. Epictetus warned, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." That's the cost of inner peace. When you no longer need praise to feel worthy, when you stop explaining your choices to people who don't live your life, you terrify the crowd, because they can't control what they don't understand. And they can't understand a man who isn't moved by their cheers or their scorn. 3. Detachment from desire. Desire makes most men predictable. Lust, fame, power. The world knows your price, and it uses it to keep you chasing. But the Stoic man breaks the chain. He says, "I can live without it." Seneca said, "If you wish to be rich, do not add to your money, but subtract from your desire." True strength is not needing what others chase, not falling for every temptation, not folding when comfort calls. When a man can walk past pleasure, ignore provocation, and stay grounded in his principles, she becomes dangerous. Not because he seeks control, but because no one controls him. 4. Stillness under pressure. In chaos, most men lose themselves, but the Stoic remains still, calm in storms, quiet when others scream. Not because he's passive, but because he understands composure is strength. Aurelius wrote, "The nearer a man comes to a calm mind, the closer he is to strength. When insults come, he listens. When madness surrounds him, he sees clearly. Because his battle isn't outside, it's within, and he's already won." A man who isn't shaken by the world, who speaks only when needed, who acts not out of impulse but intention, that man earns respect without demanding it. Because people feel the weight of a man who moves with purpose. So we don't chase power, we become it, not with noise but with silence, not with control over others, but mastery over self. That is the Stoic path. That is what true strength looks like. If this speaks to something in you, subscribe to the Stoic Art for more timeless wisdom.